In this episode, we're going to be talking to you about why breakfast is keeping you fat. Stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of TrewExPhys, and today we're going to be talking to you about why breakfast is keeping you fat. So some of you may have been hearing about what I've been doing over the last couple of months with regards to, I guess, my new way of eating, and I've been doing it for the last year or so, and I'm really going to make a big push now to kind of push my, I guess, my theories on why I guess most people struggle with weight loss. And so I want to share this with you in this video and talk to you, I guess, more so around about why breakfast, or I believe, breakfast is keeping us all fat. So I guess to start with, what I think most people struggle with when we're looking at weight loss is that keeping in a calorie deficit is the difficult thing, and trying to stay in a calorie deficit. There's a whole heap of different things that are out there that people use, you know, be it light and easy, be it slim fast, or be it some sort of I guess, you know, gluten-free, vegan, juice cleanse, all of those ones that I went through on my 7 diets in 7 weeks series. They all have some sort of, I guess, niche to them to try and keep you in a calorie deficit. But what I found in the 7 diets in 7 weeks series, as well as I guess just in general life when a lot of clients come to me asking about weight loss, is that it just kind of restricts something too much, which in the end I guess makes it too difficult for you to kind of have a lifelong sustaining ability to be able to stay in that calorie deficit to bring you your body percent fat down. So what I've kind of been working on, what I've been doing for the last year, is getting rid of a meal, because I believe that's the easiest way to stay in a calorie deficit. Now, I guess you could get rid of any meal, and the reason why I guess I chose breakfast is because not only do you want to live a healthy life, but you want to live a happy life. Now, if you're not happy living in a calorie deficit, which is always going to be a difficult thing to do, but if you can make it as enjoyable as possible, then you're more likely to be able to stay to it. Now, many of us are social creatures, so we love going out with friends, we love going out with family. It might be Friday night drinks, it might be a birthday, an engagement, a wedding, or whatever it may be on the weekend, and these things are always going to have attached to them some sort of meal. And you don't want to be that kind of social, you know, that social being, and going to these events and kind of having to choose the salad, or kind of saying, sorry, I'm not having any drinks tonight. And it becomes very difficult when I guess you're talking to or kind of out with friends and family like that. So what I kind of thought is that, and I can't take all the credit for this because I've been, I guess, doing a lot of research myself, watching a lot of YouTube series, and kind of just trying to find out what I thought would work best over the last kind of year. And I've come across quite a few channels. I'll do a bit of a call out to people like Mike Vacanti, Grego Gallagher, people like this that kind of, I guess, are pioneering some of these things. And they really have been pushing the fact of the no breakfast eating and intermittent fasting, and I've talked about it before. But what I feel is that getting rid of breakfast out of your diet is that it's the best way to be able to still live happy and social and live in a calorie deficit. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to kind of give you my 7 top tips to living in a calorie deficit, and why breakfast, I think, is and getting rid of breakfast is one of those #1 tips. So I wanted to kind of bring you today, I guess, in more detail, kind of what I do on my daily kind of routine with regards to getting rid of breakfast, and how it's helped me. So over the last year, I started this. It was difficult in the beginning, and I've had a lot of pushback from not only clients and friends, but just from people in general, and I've done blogs and posts about it, stating that, you know, we've all heard it in the past, in that, you know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It helps get the metabolism going. It helps getting a lot of our systems moving to kind of help us metabolize energy better and help metabolize fat better and things like this. And to be honest, a lot of the research that I've kind of come across in doing this over the last year myself is that there's not much research out there that actually backs those facts up. Many of them may have been throwaway comments, and I don't want to kind of get into conspiracy theories, but a lot of them are kind of been, if you look on the TV these days, a lot of the comments that you see that kind of, I guess, sprout these kind of I guess, beliefs is that they come from, breakfast companies. So things like Kellogg's and Sanitarium are out there actually stating these things. And so we've kind of almost taken it as, I guess, common knowledge that this is just the way it is. But if you actually delve into some of the research, there's not a lot of research that actually backs it up. So in the beginning, as I said, it is quite difficult to kind of change that kind of habit. Now, if you're used to eating breakfast, it is difficult to kind of get rid of that meal and still feel, I guess, sustained in the mornings. Now, as I said, over the next few weeks, I'm going to kind of give my key tips to how to make it best. But what you do is just slowly progress your way into it over, I'd say, a 2 or 3 week period, just prolonging your first meal by about an hour. And then in 2 or 3 weeks' time, your first meal may have been pushed out to kind of 12, 1 o'clock, maybe even 1:30, and it allows you to have a small little lunch as you usually would. Maybe it might be a sandwich, it might be a salad, a bowl of soup, or whatever it may be. And then it leaves that evening meal to be fully sustainable and enjoyable, and you can kind of have the kind of foods that you want and go to bed nice and full and satisfied, knowing that you've eaten in a calorie deficit for that day, and you're going to wake up lighter. Now, if you know you've got a meal out with friends or clients or family or whatever it might be that night, you can really kind of push yourself to kind of have a much smaller lunchtime, saving all of those calories to the end of the day and not feel restricted when going to those family events or kind of client evenings. So I thought I'd bring this video for you today and kind of tell you more about what I've been doing over the last year, and it's certainly helped me. I've never felt better, never felt leaner, and kind of found it easy to stay lean. I mean, I enjoy my lifestyle, and I've brought this to you many times in kind of what I like to eat. I'm a sugar fiend. I always have. I've always had a sweet tooth. Love my ice cream, love my chocolate, and I don't want to give those things up, because I think, as I said, the key to living a healthier and longer life is first living a happy life. And so if you have to restrict and get rid of all of these things out of your diet, you're never going to have this happy life that is sustainable for years to come. So thanks for watching the video. If you think someone might want to come along on this journey and kind of learn more about what I'm going to be bringing to you, please share the video for me, like the video, and if there's the first time watching my series and watching my channel, hit that subscribe button and stay in tune for much more to come. So this is another episode of TrewExPhys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.